Well, peace, peace, peace. First and foremost, hopefully the Most High in your house has blessing your day. We're alive in the Most High in your house has body and two. And actually alive, man. I want to get into this, man. By His mission, we are consumed, man. I just want to grab this too, man, because it all goes into like because I want to go into this, man. Because hold on, y'all. Yes, man, because I was just reading up, finished reading up Ecclesiastes, also known as Sirach 25, man. I want to get into this, man, because and this is all about being the light, man, especially in the dark world. But but also too, man, how Yahushua, the Most High Yahushua, the testimony gospel, like comes the new covenant. All of it comes in the volume of the book, because because yeah, man, I want to get into this, man, because like a lot of times too, like this guy kind of gave me like more clarity. Most all praise to Most on Yahushua, because when I was reading this, it kind of gave me more clarity of the Transfiguration, man, because not only because it was other places, other verses in the scriptures, other precepts and other verses in the scriptures, but this is one of it, but also too, it goes into show you that reason why for Transfiguration, pretty much, man, it's like the love that that Yahushua had for his father, man. That's what it is, man. Because we're gonna look at this as well, man. Because it's a good Ecclesiastes chapter 25 verse 11, also known as Sirach chapter 25 verse 11. But the love of the Lord passeth all things for illumination. So what's illumination, man? Like light, man, pretty much, man. Like I'm just gonna give pass illumination. He that holdeth it, whereto shall he be likened? Exactly. So yeah, man, what's that illumination, man? Like being being like illuminated, man, like following the light, man. Because if you look it up, it's just pretty much a light. Now we know John. Let's grab this in John chapter 14 real quick, because also too, I want to make a point about that as well, man, because John chapter 14 verse 6, because yeah, man, that just says what it is. John 14 verse 6, he says, Yahushua okay, no, that's the life. Okay, that's not what it is, but it was somewhere else. But let's go to Matthew 5 real quick, man. Because we could walking as he walked, we could be the same thing. Because Yahushua is the light, man. So I'm not saying is the light. So let's get this too. Then for Thessalonians, of course, saying we could be children of the light. For Matthew chapter 5 and verse 14, ye are the light of the world, and a city that is set on a hill that cannot be hid. Exactly, man. Being the light, man. Being walking in the spirit, staying in the spirit, being faithful, obedient, blameless, all those things, man. That's it is, man. That and that's illumination too. Cause yeah, man, let's grab this too. Ecclesiastes, also known as Sirach chapter 25 verse 11, it says, "But the love of the Lord passes all things for illumination. For he that holdeth it, whereto shall it be likened." So see, that's why Proverbs says, hold on to the wisdom, hold on to the spirit, hold on to the knowledge, wisdom, understanding, that the Most High and faith in the Most High and Yahushua, what you call them, they gave you, man, that they rolled out, man. It's like the En Vogue song back in the day, man. Hold on to your love, man. And that's that love. What's that love? That first love, like that revelation love, what Yahushua said in Revelation 2, man. That's just is what it is, man. But this all goes into like why he transfigured, man, because why he did that, man. Let's get to Matthew 17 verse 2, man, because it was his love for his father that he did that, man. So that's just is what it is. Not only, of course, because also too Moses, like doing that, just goes show you the dichotomy of the law and the testimony. Because Moses transfigured, but I forgot where it was at, but it was just a shadow of things to come with Yahushua. That's why, the disciples' eyes were open finally, like after that, man, because showing that okay, the mercy that goes into law came from Moses, but grace and truth came by Yahushua, man. So let's grab this Matthew 17 verse 2 and verse Matthew 17:1. And in 6 days Yahushua taketh Peter, James, and John his brother, and bringeth them up on a high mountain apart. Yeah, exactly. So wisdom is in high places, man. But it says and transfigured before them, and his face did shine as the sun, and his raiment was as white as the light. Exactly, man. So that's is what it is, man. Like Isaiah 1:18 kind of goes into that, man. Like let you be white as well. No, let's just get a look at this real quick, man, because white represents purity, man. Like blamelessness, man. That's why, like, even I speak as a man, but Yahushua is coming, like, that's the thing too, man. Just like how, like, in Zechariah it was prophesied too when he came on the horse, like, and now that's why in Revelation, like, I'm just speaking as a man, why the horse will be be white, man, because it represents him being blameless, man. That's just is what it is, and he's riding on a horse. The king is riding on a horse, not only a horse, but that represents rulership, but a righteous rulership, man. So, like, really much not just overcoming other nations, but overcoming sin and death, man. But that's is what it is. But let's get this Isaiah 1:18. Come, let us now, saith the Lord, though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be white as snow. They shall be red like crimson. Though they be red like crimson, they shall be as wool. So yeah, that's why Yahushua had that. Of course, woolly hair. Not only going to the wisdom that he had, like, the wisdom of elders, like that, because he is the elder ancient of days. Not only that, but also too the how blameless he is, man. So that's what white represents, man. But yeah, man, it says and he was transfigured before them, and his face did shine as the sun, and his raiment was white as the light. So yeah, so let's get this again, man. Ecclesiastes 25 and verse 11. But the love of the Lord passeth all things for illumination, and he that holdeth it, where too shall he be likened. So yeah, man. That's the love he had for the Father, man. The love of the Lord he had, man, because he was dedicated. He loved them unto death, man. That's just is what it is too. And let's get this in Psalms real quick too, because this is part of that as well, man. Also, that's why on the left hand side too, like, in the Kemetic Babylonian mystery school system, those that you see certain entertainers, athletes, celebrities, or actors, musicians, when they have on, like, bright orange or, like, yellow, a lot of times too, and they're throwing up certain hand signs, that's what they mean, meaning they're, like, really illuminating. It's pretty much their wicked left hand version of that too, because that's what it is too. Because nothing wrong with illumination, because it's written in the word, but there's a right hand meaning of things and there's a left hand meaning of things. But of course we lean towards the right hand meaning of things. But the left hand meaning, that's what that means, like being illuminated, being like a lot of times too, when you see people in orange or yellow and bright colors, man, like, throwing certain hand signs, that's what that means too. So that illumination. So that's what it means they've been fully illuminated in the craft and set in the Kemetic Babylonian mystery school system. But shout out to Brother Chronicles of Judah, man, years ago, because, man, he brought that out, and also doing your own research and, like, some of it's in the word, but but other secular information that's out there. But and plus, man, with that, man, yeah, and that's why Ecclesiastes 7:25 is real key, because, like, we don't get caught up in that. But even Solomon says to know the knowledge of wickedness, man, because God know what spirits and energies are out there, man. Of course, the word of the Most High Yahushua counteracts it and trumps all that stuff. But like Scripture says, Sirach says, "Be not ignorant of anything." But Psalm chapter 8 verse 80 verse 3, it says, "Oh my gosh, my teeth is hurting. Turn us again, O Yahweh, and cause thy face to shine, and we shall be saved." So see, now that, like, and that's what also too that what that transfiguration represents as well, man, because pretty much believing on him, man, believing in the light, you'll be saved, man. Let's get this Matthew 17 again, man. It represents, like, I'm speaking as a man on this, but the love for the Most High and Yahushua, having love for the Most High, which Yahushua had, but us having the most love for the Most High and Yahushua too. Also too, that's what transfiguration was to for us look on it and be saved. Like, just like as in, like, he said in John 3, like, what that was what the serpent in the wilderness was representing of, looking up, and, like, says looking up him on the cross, and looking those that look up and believe him when he's lifted up should be saved, man. That's just is what it is. It's not only physically looking, actually believing on him as the Scripture has saith, man. Like, living it, and obedience, living according to a promise, and having faith in Most High Yahushua, living according to a promise, and, like, obedience to the instruction, the law, statutes, commandments. But yeah, but the love of the Lord is Sirach 25 and 11, Ecclesiastes. But the love of the Lord passeth for all things. For illumination, he that holdeth it, where too shall he be likened. So yeah, exactly. So let's go get to it. Also, Psalms 8 and 3. It says, Turn us again, O Yahweh, cause thy face to shine, and we shall be saved. Exactly, man. So yeah, man, and it is what it is too. Let's get this Matthew 17 again. It says in Matthew 17 verse 2, and he was transfigured before them. His face did shine as the sun, and his bright rainbow was as white as the light. So yeah, exactly, man. That's why even Yahushua even said all this stuff too. It says, okay, Yeah, this belief, yeah, and that's why the Most High said, "Listen, this is my son, whom I'm well pleased. Follow him, follow the light. Believe that." And that's the love that the Most High and Yahushua, the love that Yahushua had for the Most High, man. That illumination, man. Also, too, wisdom of Solomon, and then of course this goes into the fulfillment of Daniel 10:6 and all, and it was somewhere in wisdom of Solomon as well, man. But that's is what it is, man. So that's why Ephesians says, "Let not the sun go upon down upon your wrath, man." That's just is what it is. That could be even looked at spiritually as like Yahweh Shah, man, like and how like don't get too caught up in the flesh, man, or you the sun will go down upon your wrath. You'll start losing the Most High Yahweh Shah's the understanding that they gave you, man. Like something like a Saul will happen or things of that nature, or like of what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something else, but it's all good. But yeah, man, but that's just it, is what it is. Because Yahushua, man, he loved it. He actually, you know what? Let's grab this because let's get this Romans 8:35, man. Because Yahushua did this, man. Because he had the love that he had for his father. Like it was illumination. It was that wisdom. It was that light, man. Because it said nothing separated him from love for his father, man. Just like same thing it has to be with us. Romans 8:35. Who shall separate from the love of Mashiach, the love of Christ? Shall tribulation, or distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, peril, or the sword? Exactly, man. So nothing, man. Exactly. And as written, we are for thy sake we are killed all day long. We are counted as sheep to slaughter. Yeah. Well, you're killing what? Killing the flesh, killing the old man. Somebody need to get better each and each day, man. But also too, we see the state of our people on the natural tip, but in the word, outside the word. But yeah, man, dying to the flesh, and also too, this lines up for his name's sake, be the persecution will come. But that's another story for another day. But yeah, man. But notice how nothing separated himself, the Most High. I mean, the house shot from his father, man. And that love was illumination, man. That's why he was transfigured. So let's get that Job chapter 23 real quick, man. And ironically enough, a friend just gave this to me, man, because we read Job 23, and a friend gave this to me. So Jordan, but it's an iPhone case, so I can't. I have an Android, so I can't do no way. My Android does. Well, I could have it, but it didn't fit. But that's neither here nor there. Job chapter 23 and verse 10, because this is what Yahushua did. It says where's that necessary food? Yeah, Job 23 and verse 12, I'm sorry. It says, neither have I gone back from the commandment of his lips. I have esteemed the words of his mouth more than my necessary food. So, yeah, even going back to that, this, man, the tribulation separate, Yahushua for the love of his father, nope. Distress, no. Him being sorrowful unto death, no. He said, if it be your will, then hey, let this happen. Or persecution, of course not. Famine, especially when Satan or Matthew 4, Luke 4 came to tempt him as weakness. Did that separate Yahushua's love for his father, Christ's love for his father? Nope. And or even nakedness, he wasn't really naked, but him living like him not being a nomad, him not being having a place to lay his head, man. That's could be looked at as that, or pearl or sword, man. No, exactly, man. So none of that did. So, but that all goes into that. And that's why I said, listen, the greatest commandment I give you, one, love one another, and two, like he quotes to Shema in Deuteronomy 6. Love the Lord with all your heart, all your soul, with all your might, man. That's just what it is, man. So that's why it says the fear of but the love of the Lord passes all things for illumination. And where too it shall be likened. So yeah, let's just get guys Daniel 10:6 since it's right there. Yeah, it says his body was like a barrel, and his face was appearance as lightning, and his limbs were as eyes of fire. His arms were like feet of color of polished brass, and the voice of his words were like the voice of a multitude. Yeah, voices of many waters, man. So that's why. Yeah, it's just is what it is with that, man. But yeah, man, it all goes into the illumination, man, the transfiguration, man. It's really the love he had for his father, man. So and that's why let's get to, man. Revelation 2 and 4. Revelation 2 and 4, it says, nevertheless, I have somewhat against thee, because thou hast left thy first love. Exactly. What's the first love, man? The Most High house shot, man. That's just is what it is, man. That's why it's so important, man. The testimony, the gospel, the new covenant, man. because it shows you it's preaching the Most High. It's preaching pretty much. It's giving you're pretty much teaching the Most High Yahushua and leading our people and the believers back to them, man. Like like Isaiah 49:5 says. Also, too, man. Like with that, you're teaching people the love, like teaching people that love for Him and love because listen, then First John goes into like Yahweh is love, the Most High Yahushua is love. So this is what it is, man. So hopefully this is edifying, man. Much love to your brothers and sisters. So peace.